Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue to build decks led by the legendary creatures from the Hobbit set. Leading today's Budget Bracket 2 deck is Legolas's father himself, Thranduil the Elvenking. Thranduil the Elvenking is a 5-mana 5/6 legendary elf noble who has all activated abilities of all elf cards in our graveyard. Whenever another legendary elf we control enters, we draw 2 cards and then discard a card. After the war with Morgoth, many elves chose to return to the Undying Lands, but not all did. Thranduil's father was among them. Later, Thranduil and his father marched with Gil-galad during the War of the Last Alliance, when the men of Numenor allied with the elves to destroy Sauron. His father did not return home. Thranduil succeeded his father and became the king of Greenwood. Eventually, Greenwood would be corrupted by the remnants of Shadow and become known as Mirkwood. One day, some arrogant dwarves trespassed and refused to tell us what they were doing there, so we threw them in the dungeon. Okay, so we want elves in our graveyard, but we also want legendary elves to help us draw cards and fill our graveyard. Now, I mentioned that this is a budget deck, but for those of you who have clicked on the deck list already, you'll see that the deck is about $120. That's because Thranduil is pre-ordering for like $25. I don't expect him to stay at that price, so if you're watching this video in the future, let me know what price he's dropped down to. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, BCW. BCW has been making high-quality, cost-effective products for both collectors and retailers for over 40 years. If you want to store, display, or sort your cards, check them out. I've been using their inner sleeves for years now and have never had an issue. Be sure to click the link down below and use code DANON10 for a 10% discount on your order. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Real quick before we get to our deck list. I do occasionally stream on this channel, and if you see me live, come say hi. I'll be building commander decks either for patrons or for future videos. So make sure you're subscribed and click the bell icon so you'll get notified when I'm live. Our card advantage package consists of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Opulent Palace, Woodland Cemetery, Hinterland Harbor, Drowned Catacomb, Llanowar Wastes, Yavimaya Coast, Underground River, Necroblossom Snarl, Vine Glimmer Snarl, Choked Estuary, Golgari Rot Farm, Simic Growth Chamber, Dimir Aqueduct, Bojuka Bog, Myriad Landscape, Evolving Wilds, Terramorphic Expanse, 5 Swamps, 5 Islands, and 9 Forests. A nice budget mana base. I'm sure I'll get some comments about bounce lands, but that's okay. For mana ramp, we're running Marwyn the Nurturer, Priest of Titania, Devoted Druid, Llanowar Elves, Elvish Mystic, Selvala Heart of the Wilds, Fyndhorn Elves, Sol Ring, Arcane Signet, Nature's Lore, Rampant Growth, Cultivate, and Kodama's Reach. Some land ramps, some mana rocks, but mostly elves, as is appropriate for our deck's theme. Our card advantage package consists of Buried Alive, Fauna Shaman, Prime Speaker Vannifar, Underrealm Lich, Leaf Crown Visionary, Shadowheart Dark Justiciar, Edric Spymaster of Trest, Harmonized Crescendo, Dina's Guidance, Frantic Search, Windfall, Stroke of Genius, Pull from Tomorrow, Bloodline Bidding, Victimize, Rashmi Eternity's Crafter, Cridle of Baldur's Gate, Viconia Drow Apostate, and Shesra Death's Whisper. some traditional card draw, some reanimation, and some graveyard filling. Yes, there are other cards that I could have included, but this is a budget list, remember? For interaction and spot removal, we've got Assassin's Trophy, Negate, Beast Within, Counterspell, Naturalize, Ashiok Dreamrender, Galadrim Ambush, Heroic Intervention, Tear Asunder, Wash Away, Reclamation Sage, Return to Nature, and Glissa Sunslayer. Lots of ways to remove annoying permanents and some counterspells to stop our opponent's ill-timed board wipes or win cons. For board wipes, we've got Black Sun Zenith, Aetherize, and Washout. 2 of them are one-sided, and the last one gets around indestructible. The core of our deck consists of Lathril Blade of the Elves, Tyvar the Pummeler, Immaculate Magistrate, High Perfect Morkant, Elvish Warmaster, Jarad Golgari Lichlord, Imperious Perfect, Marilyn Fey Ascendant, Abomination of Llanowar, Dwynnen Giltleaf Dane, Emil Vastlands Roamer, and Storev Devkarian Lich. Lots of great elves that we can use to close out the game. Speaking of which, we've also got Exsanguinate and Villainous Wealth. Why so many X spells, Danon? I'm so glad you asked, dear viewer. Don't worry, we'll get to it. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 51 mana sources, split between 38 lands and 13 pieces of ramp. A little high, but our commander is 5 mana, so it's fine. 20 pieces of card advantage, counting our commander. 13 pieces of interaction. 3 board wipes. 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Bojuka Bog and Ashiok Dreamrender. 1 sudden I win card in Buried Alive. I promised I would explain why we have so many X spells in the deck. Remember, our commander has the activated abilities of any elf card we have in our graveyard. So we need Devoted Druid and Immaculate Magistrate in the graveyard. We also need at least 2 elves on board, and our commander can count as one of them. We tap Thranduil, putting a +1/+1 counter on himself for each elf we control. We then remove one of those counters to untap him. Remember, -1/-1 counters and +1/+1 counters cancel each other out rather than stacking. So all we need to do is put a ton of +1/+1 counters on him, say 100,000 or so, and then remove all of them after activating Devoted Druid's other ability, adding a single green mana. Or we can smack an opponent in the face with Thranduil, dealing 100,000 commander damage. Either way, the game is basically over. And yes, because this is a 3-card combo, it is legal in Bracket 2. Let me know if you found the other combo, though. Are you building a Thranduil the Elvenking commander deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Marcus Brett, Roxy Alix, Robert Pye, Kazaris, Patrick Boomy, Osirus Leach, Luke, Mr. Salty, Daniel Zombie, Brian, Waka, Talathia, Azander, Michael, and John. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.